Welcome back. After that grueling business last year, I decided to build this assault course to hone my skills and learn some new ones.
Welcome back to the world of Tomb Raider. It is now 1997, a year since Lara's adventure to Atlantis, and probably a couple months after her return to Egypt in unfinished business. So, intrepid author, explorer, adventurer, and archaeologist Lara Croft has invited us back to Croft Manor a year after we saw it the first time. And as you can see here, she's made a couple of changes to the outside of the manse, creating a lovely assault course here out of timber. And I think the first point of business is to give it a go. And of course, we will stop and smell the roses, have a look what it looked like in the original graphic, just once we've completed this assault course. You're about to see a new mechanic to Tomb Raider 2, and that is the wall climb. So Lara can scale certain walls that have ladders and ropes, etc. We may have gotten through Atlantis without it, but I think Lara wants to improve on her skill set going forward in her adventures. It's a lovely kind of sunny afternoon here in Surrey, England. And of course, we know from my little lore video that Lara inherited this house from her great aunt about a year and a little bit ago. And over here we have a brand new mechanic as well. It is the flying fox.
Gosh, that was my best time yet.
Fantastic. All right, so I'm going to perch myself up on a high platform so that we can have a look what it sort of looked like in the original graphic. Okay, pretty night and day, right? Very faithful to the original textures, the original color of the house, that sort of raspberry hue. Brand new skybox, some new foliage that's actually kind of like dynamic and moves a little. Really nice work. Got some brand new shadows that never existed, I notice. Beautiful improvements.
Feel free to explore the rest of the house and gardens.
And we just had an invitation there from Lara to explore the house and gardens, as she says. This area, we gotta stop and smell the roses here. Like the grass, the foliage density, the moving of the branches there. Huge difference, come on. From these flat images made into a cross section. Very clever for the time. And look at the rays of light coming in. Just beautiful. I was impressed with Lara's home from last year where you could actually see out the windows and they put gardens in. That wasn't there in the original. They were just like flat images. So we get to see now the front kind of yard of her lovely mansion here. The gates to the outside world as well. And of course, we've got this like super iconic water fountain, which we saw in a CGI intro in Tomb Raider 1, but it's actually rendered here. To give you a sense of what it looked like, which is like a contorted fish on a hook. It looks like it's in pain in the original version. So it's a pretty big improvement. I love the windows as well. So faithful to the original shape, that kind of arch. Clearly it was photo reference from a real, kind of a real window frame, but they've done it beautifully. If we go over here, we can also notice that Lara has set up a hedge garden. Now, the real house that this mansion is based on had a hedge kind of garden, although it was far more decorative and it wasn't a little maze. And I don't want to go there just yet. We'll do that at the very end. First, let's check out the house and we'll see the kind of changes that Lara has made in the year since we've been here. Also new to Tomb Raider 2 is those little square switches. We only ever dealt with levers in Tomb Raider 1. So this still looks beautiful and looks very similar to last when we were here. Of course, the storage boxes, the storage crates that Lara had when she was probably moving stuff out, maybe stuff that her aunt had, are all gone. Beautiful chandelier. We'll take a moment to look at what it used to look like. So you can see a dramatic difference. Look at that paper two-dimensional hanging chandelier here. If we head upstairs, we can actually see a little bit better. It didn't even have a cord hanging from the ceiling. So, huge difference. As you can see, they've also made it quite more dark. And we've allowed for ambient lighting to come off of wall sconces, which were also noticeably absent. So that's very cool. I thought it might be a good idea. Let's actually start from the library for a very, very direct comparison. Okay, so when we started here in Tomb Raider 1. We can still see out the windows, which is very nice. This is the library, which is pretty much the same. I noticed they've really changed the fireplace. It was a little bit more 90s-ish. It's a little more classic here, in keeping with the rest of the wall paneling of the mansion. There was a table here in Tomb Raider 1 with a window, which is now gone. Maybe Lara boarded it up here. It's a lot more of a kind of cozy library. A little more dark as well. This is the music room. Oh, by the way, I guess we should, while he's wandered in after us, this is Winston. Now, this used to be Lara's aunt's butler, who now serves Lara after Lara inherited the house. So we didn't see him the last time we were here. But yeah, Lara's moved the gym mat away. We've still got lovely natural light pouring in from these two windows. This is what it used to look like. Much more blurry. Textures were much less refined and elegant. These actually look like wall, wooden beams now, which is nice. The piano and the harp, also really, really beautiful. Actual 3D models there. Lovely, lovely work. Ooh. Wanted to just have a little look out this window and you can actually see the Hedge-maze from here. So that's really cool. That Hedge-maze wasn't there last year. Something Lara has cultivated. Beautiful stuff. It's actually a door here now. The suits of armor that were here last year are gone, I notice. Maybe she found them a little too stuffy. This is also brand new. We've got a door here. Now, did she come with any? No. We don't have any flares. I remember it's very dark here, but this is the attic. A little storage space where Lara's got some crates, etc. You can see out of the highest point down to the assault course. A nice little touch. Just expanding Lara's home a little bit. As we were quite restricted in Tomb Raider 1 where we could go, but of course she was just moving in, so she probably didn't want us to see the house in the state that it was in. I'm going to try and get back. Oh, and not slam into the ceiling. I love that there's a door here as well. I don't think it was there in the original. Oh no, it was. Okay, sorry, my bad. But very nice. It's a 3D object now. You might have also have noticed that this door is open. It was not in the original. Oh, there's one armor statue there. This is actually Lara's boudoir. It's beautiful, right? She's got a lovely bed here. Fireplace of her own. Good stuff. I have always loved this. I forget what this couch is called. Is it a settee? But I love that it's leopard print. And I love that she can just lounge here and read a book. And she's basically got a balcony to her own room. While we're on the balcony, I noticed that these are now 3D objects as opposed to just a flat image of a window. So big difference there. We've actually got 3-dimensional frame, and I can even see glass texture there. So absolutely lovely. She has her own ensuite in here. A very, very large bathtub here. Could fit multiple people in here. The tiles are now blue and white instead of black and white from last year. Very, very generous shower space. We've got a toilet and a bidet, I assume. And a lovely little basin there. Much more bright in the original, but so faithful. Like the rest of the remaster. I've been very excited to come to Tomb Raider 2. I guess we can have a look at her bed in the original graphic. I noticed that they've added just like some ruffling to the doona there, or to the quilt. She's also got a cupboard here, which we can't enter in this level, but we may be returning to a bit later in the game. I won't spoil what's inside for now, but yeah, just lovely. So she's led us into her bedroom. Excellent. So that's pretty much the changes to the innards of the house. Let's have a look at downstairs. See what she's done with the bottom floor. So now, in the last time we were here, we would go down this hallway, and this panel here was sealed off. So we've actually got an entrance now into Lara's kitchen, which looks absolutely beautiful. So as you'll see in this original graphic, these kind of bottles and knickknacks, kitchen knickknacks, were really just built into the tile, whereas now they've actually gone to the trouble of rendering them in 3D. So that's quite nice to bring that level of realism to the kitchen. Stove top, and maybe some ovens, etc. there. This door here leads to the assault course. It's like kind of like a back door to the house, which is quite nice. We've got an enormous sink here where basically Lara can stand in, if I can ever jump in the correct direction with the analog stick. There we go. Quite oversized there. And here is the famous fridge where Lara keeps all her cold cuts and meat. I love that there is a layer of cold air there that you can just see. Not there in the original, and again, a very faithful, albeit less noisy fridge. Nice, kind of realistic tiles now. So famously, you can lock poor old Winston in the fridge, which is kind of a Tomb Raider pastime for those so inclined. I will let you do that in your own time. We are here to observe the beauty of the manor. So you could also have come from this door into the ballroom. And Lara has moved the gym equipment that she had put in here last year to the outside and kind of preserved the ballroom as it was. You know what I mean? So she's got lots of statues of armor here. You can see the assault course from the outside. She's even installed a sound system and a stereo here. And if you click this button, we can play the track Venice Violins by the composer of the game, Nathan McCree. So it's a really kind of lovely change here, I think. We can have a quick look about what it looked like in the original version. Entirely faithful. I think everything is pretty much as I remember it. Brilliant work there by the devs. You guys remember Lara's pool from the previous game? Previous time we were here? Beautiful three-dimensional foliage there. It is a little bit different, I noticed. There used to be kind of hanging plant and foliage here. It's not there this year. Lara's gotten rid of it for whatever reason. The statue of Venus that used to be there has moved in place of a diving ramp, which is a nice touch as well. It was always a really lovely kind of warm room, having the light from the sun come in, hit the pool. Beautiful. You can actually see out of that glass ceiling now, but definitely in the original version you could not see out. Of course, they couldn't do that kind of thing. Really lovely. Okay, and then in Tomb Raider 1, when you'd gone into the water and popped out, the level would end. The level doesn't actually end in Tomb Raider 2. So there's not much else to show you here. We'll direct your attention to this hall, which of course was blocked by crates in Tomb Raider 1 and had a little chest of gold coins just there. There is very clearly a door here, and it actually can be opened. So the only real kind of like secret thing to Lara's home in Tomb Raider 2 is connected to this hedge maze over here. So I'm going to attempt to do this correctly. So bear with me here. If you follow the path I'm about to take, you'll be able to go to a little secret in and amongst this maze. If I can remember the way. It's been a couple of years since I played Tomb Raider 2. Okay, we made it. So, there's this really, really dark hall. She'll hit a wall if you keep going. If you turn left, we'll actually emerge out here. And there are some flares, which is a new kind of gameplay element to Tomb Raider 2. Which I'll show you in a sec. I also love these statues because I think they're like right from the city of Vilcabamba, or they're reproductions that Lara has commissioned. And of course she had a little book about Vilcabamba in the second floor perch near in the library. Anyway, we'll press this switch. We'll pull out some flares. Now this door is timed, okay? So we have to try and race back to the main hall as quickly as is conceivable. So just follow along with me and I'll try and get us back there as best I can. I really hope it's this way. I think it is. Okay, yes. Now let's hope I've made good time. Good time-ish. Yes, you just heard a fart from Winston there. I mean, he's an old man. Flatulence is an issue. Fantastic. Let's chuck another flare up. So it does shut behind us. It's a pretty generous time window. And you can press that switch to get back. But let's have a look what she's put here. So it's kind of like a little hidden room, right? It's a hidden basement level. And check this out. So we've got basically Lara's basement treasure room. If we look, there is like little kind of Easter eggs to previous adventures. That definitely looks like an Incan statue she probably got from Vilcabamba. That chest was there from last year, had all the gold coins in it. Again, riches untold. We've even got the statue of Bast from both the city of Kamoon, but also from, of course, Lara's return to Egypt and the Temple of the Cats. It's a nice little nod from the developers to all the previous adventures from Tomb Raider 1 and its DLC. And here we've got a rolled up carpet, a golden idol, again from Vilcabamba, and some treasured tomes. So that's basically all of Tomb Raider 2's Lara's home level exploratory elements. You can go back to the assault course and try to get a better time if it suits you to do. I'll just show you quickly the attic now that we've kind of got a flare light, and then I think we will call it a day. Now, Lara's doing some research currently into an ancient Chinese dagger called the Dagger of Scion. And she's very interested in it, as well as some other third parties who have also shown interest in the dagger. So Lara will be jet setting off to her second adventure very, very soon. Maybe in a couple of weeks. And I hope that you will enjoy Tomb Raider 2 as much as you enjoyed Tomb Raider 1. We will be heading to China this time, somewhere we haven't gone with Lara, in pursuit of this ancient mystical Dagger of Scion. So, stick with me. We'll be leaving the beauty of Surrey, England, the beauty of Lara's home, and into the unknown once more. So I will catch you guys in the next level.